Let me start by saying this in this section, which we are kind of doing an FAQ, some frequently asked questions that we get. This is going to be a fire hose of information. You will not fully grasp all of this just based on this video. That is okay. That's what the Q&A session is for. But we want to address briefly, succinctly, some of the most frequent questions that we do get. Things like, what are the differences? We talk about the difference between education and school. School, as we know it, is a traditional system that is a very narrowly defined system that focuses on academia and says that if you focus on these narrow academic subjects, that the rest of your life maps out. We believe that's not the case. We believe that's provably not the case. Education is the ability to do and create what you want with the life that you have. It's to be able to go forward and create the life that you actually want. And so then we backwards map from that and go, okay, what are the skills, abilities, mindsets, experiences that you need in order to let that happen? So there's a vast difference between education and school. As far as curriculum, what curriculum do you use? I always say the curriculum is self-confidence and self-awareness. We use various tools to allow that to happen, and the tools are dependent upon the young hero and the age. So curriculum could be anything from a Montessori type manipulatives to online programs like Khan Academy and IXL and Dreambox and Lexia, to online college courses, to taking on, some students want to take on various texts, and from great books to workbooks. The curriculum is literally, what do you need? What are the tools you need to do the things that you want to do? Curriculum could be any of the books that I'm reading right now. It could be curriculum for a student. So we don't focus, again, just on an academic curriculum. We focus on how do you grow to get the skills and abilities to do the things that you want to be able to do. How do we grade our students? Well, again, that goes back to the curriculum. Khan Academy requires a certain percentage of mastery before you can move on to another concept. So Khan ends up doing the grading. Students have projects, and those projects might have a contest related to them, or they may have judges that are there, or they may be giving a presentation that is in competition with somebody else, or they may be starting a business and working to gain real money. Those are all metrics of how well a student has done on a particular thing, and those are the kind of grading opportunities that we look for. We look for real world feedback versus an arbitrary A through F grade by checking off particular boxes. Transcripts. Yes, we can write transcripts. Yes, we can write transcripts all the way through high school. Yes, those transcripts come from an accredited organization, although accreditation doesn't mean as much as people think it does. Yes, we write transcripts, and our students get into colleges and can use those transcripts to get into junior college, four-year college, and they can also create digital portfolios and go directly into the workforce. We have a number of partnership programs for post-high school as well. As for core quests, writers' workshops, civilizations, those are just badges. Those are names for opportunities that the young people have. Core means their normal academic time. Badges means an individualized project. Quest is a collaborative projects. Writers' workshops are taking on various components of writing and communication. It doesn't mean writing an essay for the sake of writing essays. It could be things from writing marketing materials to writing ad copy and everything in between. Civilizations is our version of history, but we think it's more important to be able to step into the shoes of somebody in a historical context, facing historical issues and making hard decisions, practicing making decisions and thinking through what is the ripple effect of making such decisions. And then the last FAQ that we get quite often are the guide qualifications. Do you have credentialed teachers as your guides? Maybe. Some are credentialed, some are not. That is not the qualification we are looking for, because it is a vastly different thing to be a teacher who is made to perpetuate the system of school versus being an educator who is there to unlock the potential of that young hero. So some of our guides have come from traditional schools. And they were what we usually call creatively insubordinate within those schools. Some have come from coaching backgrounds, some have come from business backgrounds, but what they all share in common is the DNA of a human who actually truly believes in young people and wants to equip young people. It's the DNA of a human who wants to equip his or her studio in such a way that he or she becomes irrelevant as quickly as possible. That takes a special kind of mindset. That takes somebody who really truly believes in the hero's journey, and that is the number one qualification for us on our campuses.